on, you guys? It's Erica Brandy finally coming back with another video. So this is going to be a great video because it's something I actually really know about. So today's video is about how Army soldiers train to fight hand-to-hand combat in boot camp. The reason why I say that I kind of know a little bit here and there is because I was a prior drill sergeant. Also, I'm a Master Combatives instructor. So yes, I went through all the levels of combatives in order to become an instructor. The last course was Master Combatives at Fort Benning, and I did accomplish that school, and I was actually a specialist at the time, and you can only go as a non-commissioned officer. But the reason why I went is, well, one, I got waived, but two, I was competing and instructing at the same time, and I was doing so well. So that is the reason why they waived me. I think I know a little bit of this because when I was a drill sergeant, I was the primary instructor for combatives. So we're just gonna go ahead and see how everything goes.
Hey, let's go! Hey, let's
go! These Army trainees are participating in a combatives competition against other platoons in their company.
If you're wondering why it's outside, you actually do this during the forge. It's actually one of the events that happen during the day, and then they have the whole battalion, if depending on where you're at least in Fort Jackson, they have the whole battalion at one of the last few nights competing all together. But during the day, you're with your company actually competing on around the same weight class. And yes, you know, the people that aren't military or the people that aren't Army, they'll look at it and see, oh, there's a lot of people yelling here and there. This is the last event. Like, they're practically soldiers. They just have to finish one last ruck march and go through the soldier induction ceremony. So this is the time where they can get a little bit out of their element, just kind of yell and motivate each other here and there. But yeah, definitely loved it during the forge.
It's one of the last events trainees experience during basic combat training, where they learn to engage the enemy from a variety of distances.
You never know what type of enemy you're coming into contact with.
Come on! You ain't trying to win, Pete?
Then you go under, never over with the prep hand, set it in and do it.
I can tell you though, I don't really know specifically where this is at, and they might probably say, because I haven't watched it fully, but when we do combatives, at least where I was at, we actually taught it outside in the sand, in the dirt, in the grass. We were all on it, but then, or I guess where they're at, they have mats and all that.
In the modern Army Combatives program, or MACP, trainees are taught fighting techniques including strikes, takedowns, and submissions like chokeholds.
Whenever they have to close in at that 0 meter range on the enemy, the tools they have to build that confidence, to be able to know what they need to do when the time comes, when someone either grabs their weapons or, you know, they get taken to the ground, what they can do to protect themselves.
And then I curl the wrist. He's already almost wanting to tap. See how fast is ready? Now I draw my elbows in, and he's tapping. Okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
So someone's reaction time between you being 25 meters away from me, it's going to be a 2-second span. So having those tools in the bag of, okay, my weapon system wasn't up fast enough, you know, this guy's already on top of me. So it's just giving them that tool to be able to know what to do at that 0 meter range.
On top of learning combatives with their hands,
Which I think it's great, especially if you know it. Majority is that you got to remember that you actually go through level 1 and at your duty station. So that's something to put account. And I really think it's a really good way for people to know how to fight and mainly defend themselves. Level 1 is more like defending yourself. Level 2 is a little bit more submissions and taking them down. And level 3 is when you actually have to know everything, know all the moves and everything, and actually fight a lot. And I can tell you, I fought a lot.
hands. Trainees are taught to fight with bugle sticks, which simulates using a bayonet to deliver a lethal blow. Trainees put their combative skills to the test in a company-wide bugle stick competition as they near the end of their basic combat training.
Are you ready? Fight!
trainees can win in two ways. The fighter who delivers a disabling blow wins, or the instructor can stop the fight and declare a winner.
Winner by submission.
We're looking for major hit areas like jabs to the face, the neck, or the stomach area. So their main focus is to maintain their fighter stance on their feet so that they're not letting their opponent knock them over. Because if they can take control and maintain.
I can tell you that being a combatives instructor and doing combatives and fighting a lot in my career, I hate pugils. Like, no matter what, I hate pugils. Like, I'd rather do fist fighting, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu. I'd rather do all those things than just pugils. I just don't like pugils at all.
In control of a situation, they'll be able to pull themselves out of the situation or dominate their opponent. If the opponent falls, then they're disqualified because they were unable to maintain their fighter stance in that match.
The platoon that wins the most fights receives a reward.
You ain't trying to win, Pete. You ain't doing it for the platoon. You ain't doing it for the platoon. Let's go.
The winner of each match remains in the ring until they are defeated by another opponent.
Winner by most disabling blows.
One trainee lasted longer than the rest.
I'm Daniel Ruiz. There was a lot of adrenaline rush. My thoughts of protecting myself and providing a proper strike was all into my game plan. I did a Superman punch in one of my fights. My senior drill sergeant saw me execute, and I was really happy I was able to hit with that strike. It was one of my favorite strikes.
Ruiz, he has a lot of strength behind him, and he also maintained his breathing as much as he could. A lot of times he would get the first disabling blow, which gives him the win. And that shows us that he's not afraid to get in there and finish.
I'm just saying, like, in a video, you know, videography type of way, how many times did you say, all right, hey, do that kick again? Like, he did it like 3-4 times. It's not that easy to get that kick, to be honest.
To fight and make a strike if need be.
That was a low blow. Like, I hated that whenever, like, they drop their stick and then that other person tries to hit them, I'm just like, that's a really low blow. I don't really like that.
After his 7th fight, Ruiz appeared to be exhausted.
Sit down. Sit down,
My drill sergeant saw me, saw him gassing up. He gave me motivation in order for me to push forward, saying I had the strength in order to overcome.
This is the pet peeve of me as a drill sergeant. My trainees will shave when we're at the field, regardless if they want to or not, regardless if we're out in the field or not. You will shave. If my hair has to be in a bun and nice, you will shave.
The obstacles.
Just sir, you get this last win, guy. You set in stone.
Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go.
Kept pushing forward until my last fight. That's when my gas tank gave up, and that's when I started absorbing more blows.
An actual winner by submission.
In his 8th fight, Ruiz finally lost.
It was one of the most fun experiences I've had. I always wanted to know what that felt like, having a crowd behind your back, cheering you up and having you keep going, and just making myself proud.
Think about that, Ruiz. It took 8 people to bring you, one person, down. You have the power of 8 people inside of one.
We want to know the strength of all of your team members.
That crap would never ever happen if I was a drill sergeant, and I was, but yeah, never.
Down to showing and recognizing the person as an individual and what they can bring to the platoon moving forward.
Another fighter was quickly catching up to Ruiz's record. With 7 wins under his belt, trainee Garcia was now fighting in his 8th match of the day. And with this win, he beat Ruiz's record, securing the overall win for his platoon.
I want to recognize the both of them because they did very, very, very well. However, the winner overall is Private Garcia from 3rd.
Garcia's platoon will receive the honor of having a streamer placed on its platoon flag during the turning green ceremony at the end of basic training.
For the competition, something that keeps them going is the streamer. It gives them the ability to say, hey, we did good as a platoon, and it builds the morale towards winning honor platoon.
You've made it. All right, you are now United States soldiers.
We're near our BCT portion of OSET graduation, so it's called Turning Green. This is where they become soldiers in the Army and moving into training on their specialized skill as a tanker.
It feels amazing. A lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of tears, a lot of work that we put in to get here, but we just keep pushing forward in order for us to become U.S. soldiers and make ourselves and our families proud.
Is that gray?
That's good.
Oh no.
Get it.
All right, so I guess that's it for the video. I thought it was pretty cool. The one thing I really wish they really did during this portion of talking about combatives is that, yeah, they do show pugil fighting and all that, and we do that in basic combat training, but there's not really much of a technique. It's kind of like who can hit who the most. Yeah, there's not like when we teach combatives, we don't teach them, all right, here's the pugil, this is how you do it. We show them strikes here and there, but when we actually get into combatives and actually showing them how to fight, submit, defend themselves and all that, it's actually a lot more with like jiu-jitsu style or judo style. It isn't much about pugil sticks. What we think about when it comes to hand-to-hand combat, and this is me being a combative instructor and a drill sergeant, hi Bubba, is that this is when your weapon, right, it doesn't work. Your weapon somehow is not near you. Your weapon is X, Y, and Z. Your weapon is mainly stuck to your body, so like you have it on you, and if you're trying to fight with it, it's kind of difficult because once the enemy has that advantage in holding your weapon, it's a whole different story. But when you're talking about hand-to-hand combat, so your weapon doesn't work, your weapon's on the ground, your weapon's something else, we're showing you how to submit someone, how to take them down, how to defend yourself until someone else can help you. Just that's pretty much how level 1 is. Level 2 teaches you a little bit more, level 3 is a little bit more, but that's the thing I wish they showed you more, was the more of the hand-to-hand combat, not just pugil sticks. But not bad of a video. That was just my little insight of being a drill sergeant and also a master combatives instructor. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please give it a thumbs up, and if you guys are enjoying this video, go ahead comment down below the next video you guys want me to react to.
I got my head in the clouds, I don't wanna come down. I got 1, 2, 3 people doubting me now.